Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 15, Chapter 5, The Truth of the Emperor, Part 7, and before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Velgrynd was very worried. This is due to Rimuru devouring her own other body. Since the eaten other body can't talk back, the thoughts sent here are swallowed up by the abyss with no response. Even adding energy is like jumping into a swamp with no bottom. Velgrynd knew that what she was doing made no sense, so she lightly bit her lower lip. The Velgrynd now had only 20% as much mana as she did when she was at her strongest. You can see that you can't beat Rimuru, so you should decide to leave this place. After giving it some thought, Velgrynd decided to give up the guard on the door. Several silhouettes were found in the area around the 8 doors, which was a surprise. What's up with all the worry? Have you forgotten something, Lord Velgrynd? Testarossa asked the question while sipping her tea and acting like she was in charge. Primordial white. Velgrynd glared angrily at the smiling Testarossa, and the fact that she was in a hurry made her even more angry at the sight of this tough opponent. Didn't I tell you not to call me that? Or is this an insult? After all the pain you've been through, you still want to fight me? Well, yes. I don't need to win, I just want to buy you some time. Velgrynd's fist was about to hit Testarossa just as she stood up to answer. The shockwave broke the tables and chairs, and Esprit and Zonda had already taken cover to avoid being caught in it. It was easy for Testarossa to move. The difference in mana between the two was tenfold, and even though Velgrynd only had 20% mana left, it was still a big difference. Testarossa kept her cool and didn't panic. There is no way to beat Velgrynd, which makes it hard to win. But if all they want to do is buy time, Testarossa's strength isn't a problem at all. That's why I don't like you. Oh, that's too bad. Veldora's sister, I have the utmost respect for you. Pretentious. Then don't make a big deal out of it and get away from there.
Please don't look at me like that, I still hate to lose. So, please, let me get back at you now. Even though it was impossible to beat Velgrynd in a real fight, it was still easy to mess with her mind. Even if it didn't wait to meet up with the other subordinates, Rimuru wouldn't get there for a while. At that point, it would be clear that Testarossa had won. Ah, what a beautiful triumph for Lord Rimuru, having the mighty Lord Velgrynd play around like a child. I can't lose. Yes, I'm surprised, too. That's probably why I attempted to master the ultimate skill. Testarossa answered as if none of this was important. At the time, it felt like an amazing voice had been heard, but Testarossa was sure it was all in his head. Demons like Testarossa choose the right answer based on how they feel. The ultimate skill Hell King Belial is the power that makes people care. She is in charge of life and death, just like Ruminus's King of Lust, but she likes death more, which is probably because that's how Testarossa is. For her, losing was the worst kind of shame she could imagine, and death was even worse. Do you now have an ultimate skill? Yes, Diablo's boasting was getting old, and the last battle had shown me that the main reason was that I wasn't strong enough. Since skills are a sign of the mind, I and other people don't need them. It's always been this way, but it doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe it's because you're able to confront your impulses and see your power being utilized more delicately. What a terrible thing. Where can I get the best praise? Just as Velgrynd was about to get really angry about this answer, a huge explosion happened that bent space. Thus regaining her senses, Velgrynd looked back in surprise. A door that was knocked off its feet in a beautiful way. The blonde demon Carrera showed up there. Yeah, looks like it's caught up. I don't like losing either, so let me in. Hoo, no way. Oh, Carrera, I don't mean to be mean, but don't you have bumps all over your body? That guy Kondo is too strong, but I'm happy. Today, I'll give it to you. As Carrera walked, she stumbled and smiled. Esprit rushed over to support her, and Zonda quickly and carefully set up a chair to help Carrera get there. Agera went with them, but he was left on his own. Since Carrera has chosen to be patient, we won't be impulsive, and we're a little tired, so let's just take a tour today. Without knowing when Ultima had sat next to Carrera, it turned out that Veron had meticulously prepared the chair. The demons got together one by one. Obviously, that's not everything. Xian, Sue, and Rimuru all came out of the doors that led to them. Velgryn's face couldn't help but twitch when she saw these faces, because it made her realize that all of the strongmen in her own camp had been beaten. Testarossa's victory on the battlefield. The goals that Rudra and Velgrynd had were about to fail. Changing the perspective from the sky to the ground. The heat of the battle was going down on the battlefield. Among other things, Laplace is working with Vega, and his target is Kagali. Taboo spell, the undead spell seems to have been used up for a long time. To be more precise, Kagali lost control because Velgrynd was no longer there to help. It wasn't clear how many undead elves had been born, but they probably wouldn't move for a while. Wow, I'm getting a jump on things. When Laplace got to where he was going, Imperial soldiers were already putting them in military vehicles. Oh, you're Laplace. I've heard you're pretty strong, so we'll have to fight? The man who talked to Laplace was polite and wore a bright red uniform. Lieutenant Kondo's white dress stood out, but the man's bright red uniform also gave him an odd look. However, he does not look very strong. Yes, Laplace is my name. There's no reason to fight if you give that man back to our family. Oh, well, that's impossible. Look, over there, there's still a fight going on. I can't just run away. This guy looks like he's on his way to a fight. No way, Laplace was ready to fight. Then you can't do anything. What's your name? Just ask, and if you can answer, it's yours. Me? Also, people just assume they don't know. I'm the 10th in the sequence, and I'm the one who supports the Empire's history. My name is Feldway. Feldway was a member of the Imperial Army and served as a reserve in case there were single-digit openings. Laplace had also heard these kinds of rumors, but this was the first time he had actually seen them. Yes. You're the one they call when they need a backup. Neither a man nor a woman, he said. Laplace looked at his opponent while they were talking. His opponent was neither arrogant nor natural, nor was he trying to fight or run away. He's not easy to find. Vega was very worried. Give it to me, and I'll kill that guy. Wait, I told you not to act too quickly. Chairman, they are essentially hostages, so don't take them for granted. Laplace carefully tries to take his opponent's point of view, but an unexpected character gets in the way. Vega, come help me. Laplace is the one who lied, so put him here. Laplace chose to retreat due to a strong murderous intent, and the voice that came through was from the dependable boss, Yuki Kagurazaka. But what was said was not what Laplace thought would be said. Boss, stop being crazy. It's not your style at all to be controlled by someone else. Laplace's words, though, did not work. Yuki went straight for Laplace without any doubt. When Vega saw this, he was confused, but he gave a strange smile of pleasure. Yes, sir. After we get rid of this guy, can I eat him? Ah, yes. I'd love to see you get stronger. Oh, that's the boss, I get it. Vega is a person who follows the strong. They don't have a sense of right and wrong and live more on instinct than wild animals. So, even though he didn't think his betrayal was wrong in the least, he started to attack Laplace. Yuki and Vega can only be defeated by one opponent at a time, but even Laplace can't be defeated by two opponents at once. Laplace's idea is good from a strategic point of view. However, it didn't work out. There's no point in running away. Is your name Laplace? You, sir, are smart and careful, and it wouldn't do to let you go, so let you die here. Laplace's transfer failed, as the saying goes. Feldway had space domination over this part of the battlefield because he had been watching from a distance. The way out is blocked, and there aren't many chances to win. No, there's no way to win as long as Yuki is here. Laplace wasn't ready to give up, though, so he decided to bet on the smallest chance that Yuki would unlock his spiritual dominance and use the strength he had been hiding. Give it up. You idiot. You're the one who's dead. Laplace is able to kick the approaching Vega, who can't stand up yet, by using Yuki's attack. Hey, you do this well? Not bad, not as good as the boss, but we're strong, right? I know, so I'll kill you myself at least. When Laplace saw this, he rushed to look up at Yuki's face. He did this with a little bit of defiance. Yes, it's a face he's seen before. Laplace didn't pay attention and couldn't help but think, so he was a little slow to react to Yuki's punch. Because Yuki's fist was blocked by a certain figure right in front of Laplace's eyes. Kufafufafu. If Lord Rimuru blames you, it's all your fault. It was Diablo. What are you saying? Laplace couldn't help but want to spit, but he kept his weight up because this wasn't the time. Diablo-kun, are you here to save me? Huh? Why would I? Well, yeah. Are you Laplace? I've come to help you. So, when you tell Rimuru-sama what happened, be sure to tell him that I saved your life. As soon as he stopped making that disgusted face, Diablo gave him a big smile and said so. We have never seen anyone in our family smile like that. It's surprising that the suspicious Laplace was able to identify Diablo in this way, and of course, it's not a good thing. Yes, I'm aware. Mr. Diablo has taken very good care of me, and I'll tell Lord Rimuru about it. Good. So, try it out. Then, because of the alliance, I'll leave Yuki alone over there. Huh? What? Wasn't this the Phantom King? I know you've wanted this world, so it looks like that's what's going on, right? You're teaming up with Rudra. Is this true? Are you the real original Black? Kondo's research shows that it's true that the Black Primordial is now one of Demon Lord Rimuru's men. I'm now known as Diablo. I have nothing to do with your plans, so don't blame me if I don't show mercy if you try to stop Lord Rimuru. If you decide to be mean, I think you should know that first. What a nice thing to say. It's not you, you taboo demons, that keep getting in my way. Feldway stared at Diablo with a killing intent so strong that it could have killed a normal person just by itself. But Diablo wasn't scared, and he said it in a way that made Feldway angry. Forget it. Even if we fight here, I have no chance of beating you. Don't be afraid, I don't think you can win. After the two men looked at each other for a moment, Feldway spoke up first. I'll stop for the day, and if you mess with me again, you'd better watch out, Diablo. I'll leave you alone so that you'll remember my name. Also, I'll get ready to kill you, so keep that in mind. After a few words, they looked at each other again and then stopped talking, ignoring each other's presence. Feldway told Kagali and Yuki to do what he said. I'm worried that something bad might happen to His Majesty Rudra, so I need to go back to the flagship and get ready. At his words, Yuki, who had been watching the situation, got out of the fighting stance. Vega, whose body was shaking, pulled himself up and followed Yuki back toward Kagali. Footman and Tyr were called back, and Feldway's space dominance was used to move everyone away, including the undead elf clan as a whole. Diablo stayed where he was and talked to Moss. Now that it is known that there is a demon king among the enemies, Diablo thinks that the only person who can fight against it right now is himself, even though he doesn't want to. After they had left Feldway, Diablo took a transfer to the flagship because he thought that the work here was done. The only one left is Laplace. What, we're leaving our family alone again? Laplace muttered something and slouched his shoulders,